Hello. Hello, everyone. Eilers-Heffner. I'm here with Lauren.
Hi, everybody. Lauren Smithson here.
We're both sapphires with Plexus, and we're super excited to talk to you about vision casting and just go and give a different twist on that, some different ideas. There's a call that Rochelle Furman did just in April on vision casting that was excellent. So definitely refer back to that as well. And I love that we get to follow Sue tonight. Like the Lord really lines up our calls because we have no idea what Pink Power is going to be. And this whole month, I feel like they've just led into one another. So it's been awesome how that works out. So I think some like housekeeping things that I want to talk about with vision is that our friends, our people are kind of programmed to settle. We've talked about this. Jackie's made some really good points about this. Like we did the right thing. We went to college, we got the degree, we get the job. You have the kids, you buy the house, like whatever. You go through this order of life, and it is definitely good to stick out tough situations if that's something that you need to for a while, right? But we don't always consider that we can have other options. And so allowing people to realize that they don't have to settle for the 9 to 5, and it might take some time, and just really casting that vision to them, letting them see the time freedom that we're gaining from working this sort of job or this sort of business. And then just finding people even in your current back office that are loving their products but want more than they're currently getting, either in their business, maybe they shared before, maybe they went silver and then they stopped, but finding people like that want more. Like I just read today that the grocery increase in the last year has gone up like 3 point something percent, like almost 4% increase in just our grocery bill. And so there has to be people in our back office that want more, right? And there has to be more in our network that want more. So Lauren, what did you want to say about all of this?
I have so much. I have some things that talk about casting vision to other people for sure, right? People in our virtual office, people that have been taking the products for a while, that love the products, but just maybe haven't shared yet. But then also vision casting for ourselves too, and how to look at the future and what we can ask ourselves and reflect on to go forward. So I guess I'll start with the stuff you were talking about first, Elizabeth. But I remember in the beginning when I was going super fast, not that I'm not doing well now, but I just remember when there was tons of people that wanted to do the business with me, I was asking almost all of them if they wanted to make a post. So we need to be remembering that we can say to somebody, you seem to be really loving your products, or your story is incredible. Do you know how much that could help somebody? Or let's write up a post really quick and just see if we can get your products covered. Even just starting there. I know sometimes people say not to start small like that, but sometimes that's what people need to really catch the vision. Just saying, maybe you just want your products paid for so you don't have to budget for them. Maybe there's somebody that's going to eventually be your diamond too, but I think just letting them know that they have the potential to not have to pay for their products, like Elizabeth said, when we have all these other things that cost money right now, taking up our brain energy, just having them not have to budget for that. So just don't be afraid to offer that to everyone. It shouldn't be something that you're only offering like your dream teamers, because let's say you are gold right now and you have everybody on your team that is ordering products have one person that joins them. Now, of course, you want to have people go silver and gold and beyond that. But if you have just every person have one accountability partner with you, your team doubles. You'll be close to senior gold at that point. So don't forget that helping just one person can help like blossom into helping a ton more than just one. Make sure that when you're at events, you're posting about how much fun you're having and showing people this is the community that you could be a part of. You could earn this trip too, or you could go to convention with us and have so much fun and meet people and go to the Maren Morris concert, like all this fun stuff that they provide for us. Don't forget to showcase that, because a lot of people don't have the opportunities that we have. They can't imagine themselves going to things like that. So just knowing that reminding them that they do have those opportunities, and showing that it's an option for everybody. So I guess that was my main thing, just making sure that we're not forgetting to offer that to everyone. Don't be afraid to say to them, let's write up a post and get that up today. The worst they could say is no, and the best they could say is yes, let's do it. And they could be your next diamond. So yeah, just don't forget to offer it to people. That was my main stuff, Elizabeth.
I love that. I love that. And I think too, that when we have the share cart, it makes it super easy for people to sign up. But when we're not signing them up on the phone, then we're missing the opportunity to say, hey, you have this website here. I want you to go to your account, and do you see where it has your referral link? Like, that's your website. That allows you to share that with people and help them get started too. And so, like, pointing that out to them and just saying, like, I post on Facebook and I've built a 6-figure business. I've posted on Facebook, I built that's what Jules can say. You get to say, hey, I'm doing this because Elizabeth or Lauren or Jackie or whomever started posting on Facebook, and now they have a 6-figure business. Like, you just want to let them know, like, that is the reality. And yes, there is more than that. And I think people know that there's more than that, even if they don't want to admit it, right? Like, very few people really think, oh, I'm going to post one time and I'm going to be a diamond. Like, people don't think that. They think, oh, I posted one time and no one joined me. And that comes down to then expectation management. I had a girl post. I'm like, hey, let me tell you something. Facebook algorithms are weird. You posted at 11:30 p.m. Probably no one saw it. Don't post anything for a while so that people can see that. Like, letting them know these tricks that we've learned, right? And then also, like, posting about the business. I can guarantee that we are not posting enough about the business. And I've really tried hard to focus on posting about the business. Really tried hard to make that a huge shift in how I'm posting. And the problem when you don't is people think, if you're only posting about products, they think, oh, they're getting free products. That there isn't really a big business here. It's just like any other whatever, you're going to get foofed off. But when you're sharing what you're doing with your paycheck, hey, this is paying for dance lessons for my 2 kids. Hey, this is paying my car payment. Hey, I can't wait. Now you can also vision cast for yourself. I can't wait to be able to walk into whatever Baby Gap and buy these matching outfits for my kids for family pictures. So also posting what your paycheck is paying. It's against our policy, Plexus. You can't be like, my Plexus paycheck paid for my $600 iPhone, right? You can't say that, but you can say, thanks to Plexus, I was able to walk into the phone store and grab and get the latest and greatest model. I mean, that might speak to people, right? Share what your paychecks are paying for, and letting them know when you're going back to signing them up on the phone, like saying at that time, like, you have a website. This is how I'm building my business. This is how my friends have been successful, and saying, what would your life look like if time and money were no object? And then you just wait and you let them be silent and you let them dream and you let them think and you just wait, which is the hardest thing to do. And maybe they say, well, I'm not sure. Well, you know what? I wasn't sure either, but I started dreaming. Like, what speaks to you? Traveling, giving more, volunteering more, like, give some ideas. You can lead that conversation too. But also seeing where people are dreaming, might be indicative too. If someone says, well, I just want to make, $400 or something, then they're not dreaming big, which is fine. Like, we can meet them there and help continue to grow that vision, but at least it gives an indication of where they are and kind of like Sue said, people don't believe in themselves. They sell themselves short. We don't think we can do this, and so we need to help them overcome those mindset issues too.
Perfect. I do have a lot of stuff about creating vision for ourselves. If you want, I can jump into that, Elizabeth. So I think it's important not only to be able to cast vision for other people, obviously, but if we don't know where we're going and we don't have our vision mapped out for ourselves and for our team, then it's going to be hard for people to know where they're going with us, right? So I figured that I would talk about this not only for like right now, for those of you that might need to recast vision for yourself. It's not a bad thing to revisit a lot anyway. But this will be nice to have on a recording for if you need this in the future, or somebody that needs it in the future to learn how to vision cast for themselves a little bit again too. So our vision is our desired future state. So when we're thinking about our vision, we want to be thinking about why we are here. Why are we doing this? What is the purpose of us doing the IPA every day, and really dive deep into what that means to you. And then not only thinking of vision for your business, but then thinking of the people on your team too. Like if you have people that are sharing on your team, what do they want? What do they want to accomplish? And not just thinking of that in terms of if they accomplish that, then that means my business accomplishes this. No, but really thinking of what is their vision and really caring that they get to that vision, right? And really helping them see that they are capable of getting there. So some things that you can do is visualize, like really visualize and write it down and be very specific about where you want to be in a year. Think about yourself, think about each teammate that you have, and don't forget to think big. Like Elizabeth said, sometimes people think like, really short, but if you think a year away, where do you really want to be? Again, make sure you're specific, clear, and make it compelling and make it very believable. So when it's clear, like I said before, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know where you're headed, it's going to be really easy to get distracted. So when your vision is clear, it's easier to say no to things that are distracting to you. When it's compelling, when you know where you want to go and you know how to talk about it, people are going to want to join you too. So make sure that your vision is compelling, and then make sure that it's believable so it's realistic. So you're not saying, well, I'm silver today, I'm going to be diamond next month, right? We're not thinking that far away, right? But we're thinking realistically based on where my belief is at, where my life situation is at, where am I going to be in a year? And this is all stuff that you can revisit multiple times over the year too, but just even if you wanted to start reflecting just this week of where you want to be in July of next year, because July is the cutoff too for Emerald Extravaganza. And I wasn't even planning on talking about that, but we're at the end of July right now. So if those of you that want to be in Hawaii or Mexico or wherever we are next year, where do you want to be? Do you want to be there? And if so, what's your action going to have to look like in the next year? So some questions to help guide you. What do you want to accomplish in that time? What do you need to do differently to accomplish that? So what do you need to do more of, and what do you need to do less of? What things do you need to prioritize? What do you need to learn? And what are some of those distractions that I mentioned that might come up, and how can you deal with those? So if you really have big vision and you really want to go far, if you're reflecting on those things consistently, maybe month after month or quarter after quarter, it's going to help propel you to where you really want to be.
I love that. I love that. And we did a book a while back, I think in 2020, we did a book called The 12-Week Year, that he really goes into how to set goals and how to plan your time and schedule. It was kind of textbooky for me, but it was really, really good. It had really, really good content. So maybe we'll revisit that at some point. And I think too, when you're like, anytime we're frustrated, anytime we get that overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, there's just so many things to do, like revisit, pull out your why, put it on your phone, put it in your camera roll, save it to your notes, like put it on your mirror in your bathroom. I had a vision board in my laundry room for a very long time because I spent my time in my kitchen and my laundry room with 4 little kids. And so I put it in the laundry room because I'd be standing there for a few minutes, like switching the laundry, right? Like whatever. And so that's where I put it. And it's okay to revamp that, like Lauren said. I think too, like when we want to talk to people and we're trying to help them see how they would be great at this business, I think too that we give up too quickly. And this is something that I'm realizing is that I haven't followed up with people 12 times. I mean, we follow up with people about the products all the time and don't think anything of it. But then we think when we are talking about the business and they are just like, oh, I'm just not interested. I mean, I'd rather have them give me an objection so that I can help deal with that objection. And we have lots of calls on that too, but I think just think, okay. And for me personally, you guys, like, here's my confession. No one casted a vision to me. I saw it in front of me. I saw the opportunity. Lauren was like, oh, I need to get these products paid. She posted and it worked and I signed up. I'm going to post and see what happens. I need to get these products. Like, we didn't have someone casting a big vision. So my downfall has been, I don't know why you don't see this. And so following up and letting people know, but also calling out their strengths over and over and over again and helping them see our community. So I've invited people to book club that haven't signed up yet. That's okay. We're okay with that. You might want to run it by your sponsor if they're from like a different company or something weird, but if it's your best friend and your cousin and your sister, like, get them on book club with us so that they can see our community and our people. Get them into, we can do opportunity calls again, we can do that. We are doing those live. So we just talked about that. And again, letting people know, hey, I thought of you. And is it okay if I tag you? Share a diamond doc, but don't just say, hey, this is a great video. Like, hey, this is a diamond doc about a single mom who's suddenly became a single mom and wanted to make money for her family and didn't want to have to go back to work and leave her kids. And this is what she did. And I know you're going through a rough spot like that right now. So can we watch this together? It's like 8 minutes. Can we talk about it after kids go to bed? Like, follow up just like you do for the products. And then if you find videos, like you see a video that somebody did, or we talk about from events, we talk about all these things from convention, share that with your people. Like, share that. Hey, Janelle on our team on Pink Power was on the stage and she had gone through rough time after rough time after rough time. And I know that you're going through a lot. I don't know why both my examples are negative. I'm sorry. But she was on the stage and she's an emerald and she makes 6-figure income, like letting them know that you can have rough times and still be successful, right? And Lauren's even talked about that. And then definitely just continuing to call out their strengths and pouring belief and just painting that picture that's crystal clear. And I think that goes back to the law of navigation that we covered, right? The law of navigation, where we know where we're going and we're mapping that out and we're casting that vision for ourselves. And I think when our vision is jumbled and our destination is jumbled, then it is harder to cast that vision. So that's why Lauren really focused on that we need to know that for ourselves. And I also think that there's people on this call that are selling themselves short. Well, I want to be an emerald so that I can work part-time. Like, no, if you can be an emerald, you can be a diamond, and then you don't have to work at all unless you want to. And then you can volunteer, and then you can be at your kids' school and doing that. And I think that like Sue was talking about, where we lose track of our vision in ourselves and our belief in ourselves, can even make it, well, I'll settle for emerald then, because that feels more doable and we don't have to. So thinking about what that really means. So part of my vision for this business was that I didn't know where my body would be with my joint issues and stuff. And I thought, I have to do something. I don't want to leave my kids more to work extra, to do the extras. Like, our kids' sports are expensive. So, which at the time I didn't know was going to be the case, but they are. And so I knew that I wanted more for my family and I didn't want to keep leaving them on the weekends. And I also didn't want to work Monday through Friday and put my babies in daycare, right? Because that seemed like that didn't make sense either. But I wanted time with my family and I wanted to make sure I could work a job that my body could tolerate. And here we are. So, it's not always easy, but it's definitely worth it. It's simple, but it's not always easy. And it's definitely worth it.
One thing I just want to add to that, and Jackie and I talked about this on our live today, is that sometimes people will see that, Elizabeth's not working anymore as a PT, Jackie's not working anymore as a PT, I'm working less as a PT, and they're like, well, maybe I don't want to not have my job. But that does not have to be the case either. And kind of like I mentioned before, yes, we want our diamonds. We want the people that are like, I want to quit my job. I want to be home with my kids. Like, we definitely want to find those people, and we got to keep digging and digging to find those people in our backyards, right? But there's also the people that do just want some more margin. So don't rule those people out too. And you can tell them, you don't have to quit your job. You can go part-time if that's what you want. You can do this and get to silver or gold. Like, you have to meet people where they're at, but don't forget that there are lots of people that just want to have a little bit extra margin. And not that helping those people, you only want to help them to help yourself. But if you have a lot of people that just want some margin on your team, you are going to grow your business as well. So yes, look for your diamonds. Yes, reach out to your chicken listers, but reach out to everyone, because when you have a lot of people that move up, you're helping them get to where they want the margin, and then you're helping yourself as well. So anyway, I hope that's coming across the right way, but just know that there's so many people looking for what we have.
Absolutely, for sure. So that's what we have for you guys. I think we're pretty good on time. So thank you for getting on. Definitely revisit this in your own brain and think about how you can tweak your IPA and your follow-ups with this for sure. That's my challenge for myself too.
Yeah. And just one more note of encouragement with that. If you are making a change to your IPA or to your follow-ups or to posting about the business and you're like, man, I've been doing that for a few weeks and nothing has changed. Consistency doesn't really show the fruit until you've done something for 90 days or more. So don't give up, just keep doing it. It's going to pay off. You just have to keep on going. So just a little encouragement.
That was a great reminder. Trust the process, we say, right? Trust the process. All right. Thank you, you guys.
Thanks, everyone.